set to kick off.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, week 1. And this carries into the end zone. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, Goff. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And now the first NFL carry for the former Georgia star, DeAndre Swift. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Goff. Steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Running is Swift. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. He's got his man, T.J. Hawkinson. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Bears nothing.
Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off. But he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
From the gun, here's Goff. Stepping up, he'll try and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. Swift with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It's a
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 33. They'll run here with Swift. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Robert Quinn is the one who burst in there to blow that play up. Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Goff now looks to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Lions add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Lions 21, Bears nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 11 yards there, 1st down. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line.
2nd and 2. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 16 yards, a 1st down.
As funny, partner, you often hear how tough it is for a rookie receiver to adjust to the NFL. I think the same is true for tight ends. You're asking them to do a lot in the NFL game with the additional blocking that many of them didn't have to do in college. And T.J. Hockenson, he was a number 8 overall pick in 2019 and had a good rookie season with 32 catches. I expect that number to go way up as he gets more comfortable with the NFL game. A nice catch right there for a 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He rifles one that's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver. Whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter, they'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
45-yard line.
The throw over the middle taken in. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards, a first down.
15 yards.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run forward Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears get a bit closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But
touchdown, Detroit! Jared Goff with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
The kicker on for the point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but now it'll be 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives, exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Down the middle of the field, and they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery, and he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first.
Always thought Allen Robinson was a high flyer from his days at Penn State, and none of that has changed with the Chicago Bears. If you throw the ball out to the perimeter, if it's a 50-50 ball, more times than not, he's going to come down with it. And some say he was the victim of some subpar quarterback play last year. He didn't let that bother him at all. Stud 98 catches and over 1,000 yards receiving. Allen Robinson just goes out and plays hard each and every week.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
3rd down.
Again, they'll go around with Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Montgomery. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's got a man. It's Williams. And he will have the Bears' first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the Bears first down.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Think about it, Charles. This is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On first down, it's gone. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
15-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 4 touchdown passes now for Jared Goff. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
First down, Bears.
Back to throw now on first down. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll run with Montgomery, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. Then the Bears cut into that lead. Now the point after try for Santos. It's good, and it's now 35-14.
Makes the score Lions 35, Bears 14. Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. The tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Swift. And some room to roam now. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
50-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
25-yard line.
Goff going to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he's going to take it in for a touchdown. DeAndre Swift taking it in. And the Lions add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Intended for David Montgomery. Incomplete.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
Down at the 26.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.